Hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome back to another Apex Legends video. And in today's Apex Legends video, I just thought we'd talk quickly about some things that I would like to see as an improvement to make Apex Legends better, because, let's face it, after so many hours, the game has become pretty boring. It feels a little toxic, and it feels like I'm just not getting anywhere. I'm just not really finding any reason to play it other than to pass time. And even then, just to pass time is not something that I'm interested in, because, if I was doing this for tournaments or something, then yes, I could see a reason to, of course, play Apex Legends. A reason to continue to play Apex Legends and continue to improve my skills. But at the moment, I'm not doing any tournaments for this. As you all know, I'm part of the fighting game community, which means that, of course, in the end of the day, I'm way more interested in just continuing, of course, the the overall, playing tournaments on fighting games, improving on stuff like Street Fighter, improving on stuff like Mortal Kombat, improving on stuff like Tekken. And, for me, Apex Legends just doesn't have enough to really keep me interested. Now, how can Apex Legends improve? Well, one thing I was thinking about, especially for Apex Legends, is add a daily reward. Add something that everyone who logs in daily, who logs in every single day, because, there are plenty of us who log in every single day, will get a daily reward of some sort. Now, this daily reward doesn't have to be an Apex pack, per se, but it can be something as simple as, like, at the end of the week, you get rewarded X amount of Apex credits. It could be as low as, like, 100 credits. 100 Apex credits at the end of every week. Now, maybe this is not a great reward in the standpoint of some people who don't want to log in every day, but, it's a reward they can work up for. And then every other day after that, you can reward them some, like, Apex pack every once in a while, maybe some credits every once in a while. Just give them something that would make it worthwhile to use, worthwhile to have. Because, again, right now, Apex Legends just is like, it's one of those games where I'm losing interest in the game. I'm literally bored of the game. And I'm literally tired of just, like, having the same thing over and over and over again just to, try and, win or, get something that's, worthwhile. Because, again, at the end of the day, it's just like, there's nothing really keeping me interested in Apex Legends. Like, everything that I've seen in Apex Legends is kind of just like, well, it's a little lackluster. It's a little like, I'm not very interested in keeping up with the title. And, again, this is nothing that has to deal with, people who, the game just being bad. It's not a bad game, but it's losing it's funner to me, and it's point of me being interested in the title. Now, what else can be improved? Well, one other thing I was thinking about that could be improved for Apex Legends is adding a thing that's like a reward for those of us who win the game. Because again, like it is, I feel that the rewards are not high enough to continue to allow for, decent gameplay, I guess you could say. Decent, overall, fun, if you will. And it feels kind of like, like, those of us who get to the top 3 don't get rewarded at all. We're just like, oh, hey, here's your reward for winning X amount of, for winning the fight. Here you go. You can take this as a complimation prize or whatever. And it just feels kind of lackluster. It feels like, why did I spend all this time trying to win when I'm not even going to get rewarded for something, when I'm not even going to get really that rewarded for what I was doing, And, that's something that, to me, it feels a little like it's needed. It's like, the top 3, maybe even the top 5. Like, if you get into the top 5, for instance, this is my idea, Respawn, is that if you get into the top 5, you get rewarded, like, one Apex pack. One Apex pack for your trouble. Now, I mean, that may not seem like a great reward, and may not be like, well, anyone else who's below 5th place doesn't get anything, but it's a reward that everyone can work for. It's something that I feel would be worth the effort to try and get, because at least you're getting rewarded. And then, of course, 4th place gets maybe like 2 or 3 Apex packs. 5th place, of course, gets like 6 or 7 Apex packs. 4th place gets like 8 or 9 Apex packs. And 3rd place gets a massive 10 Apex packs for the whole team. Now, this is 10 Apex packs for everybody. This is not just 10 Apex packs spread across the whole team. Every person on that team gets like 10 Apex packs, which to me seems fair. It would keep people interested. It would give people a reason to of course go after the 5th place position, or at least even 3rd place position, and and over time, of course, as you get into 2nd, you get like a massive 12 Apex packs or so. And of course, the winners get a massive 20 Apex packs each. And I mean, this may seem like, well, the rewards don't seem very fair, but again, remember, it's survival of the best team. It means that the best team are going to get the best rewards. And I think that, to me, that seems a little bit of a fair trade. It seems like, it would give people a reason to work for the high rewards, work for the big payoffs, if you will, and work for those darn big payoffs, if you will, And I mean, it may seem like, well, why would I do that? It doesn't seem fun. It doesn't seem like it would be fair because, like, I'm terrible at the game. But if you get lucky at the game and you find a good team, you never know. You may end up with a game where all of a sudden you won a massive 20 Apex Legend packs because of the fact that you just had a good team that managed to carry you through the game. You literally just got rewarded for free. And I think that would keep interest in the Apex Legends. I personally think that would keep interest in Apex Legends because it means that now everyone has something they're working for. It's not just like survival for the win title. It's not just like, oh, I'm only winning because, I need to win, and it makes it feel like the time you spend, improving on the game, working on the title, working on being better or being the best was worthwhile, and it really makes it to where it feels like, okay, well, at least I stood out. At least I now have something that is making it worth me keeping my interest in the title, keeping me, going. Because without that, it feels like you're just doing this to do this. You're just playing to play. You're not really, gaining any skill. You're not doing anything other than playing the game just to win. And playing the game just to win, while it's not a bad thing, it just feels like there's gotta be something to keep the game fresh, to keep the game going, to keep the game interesting, because right now, Apex Legends just doesn't feel interesting. It just feels like there's not enough rewards to really make it really worth, playing. It doesn't have enough to really make people go, oh yeah, I want to play Apex Legends more. I mean, look at MOBAs. A MOBA like Smite, for instance, they have daily rewards. And these rewards mean that you are able to log in every day and get something out of it. Your time isn't wasted. And at the end of the week, if you log in every day until the end of the week, guess what? You get rewarded some gems. Those gems can be used to, of course, allow you to buy a battle pass. And and can you imagine how many people would be all for Apex Legends if it got rewards, if it had something that just rewarded you for every day you're logged on? Like, you may not win all the time, but you could reward yourself with a daily login, and at the end of every week, you get X amount of Apex Legends credits. You know how many people would be all for wanting to buy that Apex Legends Battle Pass? I mean, so many people would go, yes, I want to buy that Apex Legends Battle Pass, because, and this is because Apex Legends keeps rewarding me Apex credits at the end of every week. Which means that if I save enough Apex Legends credits, I can get the Battle Pass for free. Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. I'm all for it, you know. And that's something that I don't think even Fortnite would do. And could you imagine the roar and the thunder that Fortnite would be feeling if for any reason there was a reason for people to continue to log into Apex Legends and of course just rack up those rewards for the Apex credits to eventually buy a battle pass. I mean, so many people would be in an uproar. So many Fortnite players or so many players would be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going over to Apex Legends." You know. The other thing is, of course, add more weapons, add more, update your category of course, being able to add more weapons. Change the layout of the map because, again, a stag map means that everyone's going to learn where to go eventually. Everyone's going to have that idea of, okay, this is the best place to get this item. This is the best place to get that item. This is that. Have a rotating reward. Have rotating points of like, oh, okay, this is, we're not going to find this item here, so we're going to go over here, And you all hopefully are starting to paint the picture of what I'm talking about here. Because, I mean, again, that's what's necessarily needed in a way. That's something that everyone would love in a sense because, could you imagine how many people would be all for playing Apex Legends if they had known or if they knew, like their favorite, they're getting rewarded for everything that they're doing, I mean, more people would be all for playing the game if they got rewarded every time, Now, I can see the issue. And that is, won't this mean that eventually I'm going to run out of rewards? There's going to be nothing left to get? And yeah, that's true. There's eventually not going to be anything to get. Eventually. But, the thing is, at the end of the day, how much would you really want to not just, keep logging in eventually just to have it to where you can basically say, hey, look, I can buy next season's battle pass because I logged in enough over the month, So, I mean, yeah, I can see that there's a bit of an argument of, it would be eventually everyone would just have way too many rewards. There would eventually be, no reason to continue to play because I'm just racking up Apex Legend packs for Apex Legend packs. Or I'm just racking up Apex Legend packs to continue to stack my crafting materials so I can get every costume. Or, whatever the next Legends, all the next Legends costumes. But, to me, I feel that it would be a lot more rewarding. And it would feel a little bit more fresh and continue to feel fresh to have a reward system. Anyway, I mean, I don't know if you agree with me or if you disagree with me. If you disagree with me, then, I accept it. I feel that, I understand that maybe it's just it's not exactly what you're wanting from a game. But to me, I feel that would keep the game fresh and it would keep people interested in playing Apex Legends. But, I mean, those are my thoughts. Those are just my considerations for improving Apex. Let's face it, at the end of the day, there's just no reason not to consider new improvements. Consider something to, help the game keep its thunder. But with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for, hanging out. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, get subscribed, hit the bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. Thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. And I am live on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I am live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday for about 4 to 5 hours. But lately I've also been live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And sometimes Sunday or sometimes Friday. Friday and Sunday will always be a bonus stream, so you never know if it will be happening or not. But those will always be about 2 to 3 hours. But with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out. And until the next one, everybody, this is Accureye. Hanging out and saying farewell.